Good morning or good afternoon, wherever you are, and welcome to the 5 day energy challenge. You may be wondering why an energy challenge. And after talking with some of our clients and really realizing, even for myself, like struggling with motivation and getting up to do things. And many of you in this group have joined because you're either interested in weight loss or wanting to be the healthiest version of yourself. And the reality is, when we don't have energy to take care of ourselves or to, move our bodies or eat well or, prep some of our eating or even wrap our heads around it, we're not likely to do it. So I wanted to kind of spend some time this week jumping into how can we boost our energy so that we can do things. Um, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Jen. I do live in Vancouver, BC, Canada, and I am a weight loss coach. And I specialize in, people really struggling to lose weight and those that have a lot of weight to lose. But the reality is we're all kind of the same, just at different points. And this has become really important to me. I am a triathlete. I am, going for my first full Ironman this year. And even I've noticed, things in life happen and I'm not as motivated to train and do the things that I need to do that I want to. And I don't know if it's because we're coming out of a pandemic. I don't know if it's just the way the world is. There's a lot going on. But more and more people I'm finding just don't have the energy to do things. So I really wanted to jump in and offer something so that, you're not alone if you're feeling like that, and B, give you some pieces of things that you can do to start this process. Because sometimes, even though it's really counterintuitive, we actually have to start doing things to get the motivation or get the energy or get things going so that we can kind of continue going. And I just wanted to focus on some of those pieces. So for this energy challenge, I'm going to jump in and do some daily coaching. I will be posting in this Facebook group daily. If you're on our email list, you will get an email that accompanies it with a little bit more information plus a video. So if you're not on our list and you want to be, just reach out to me. We're going to kind of go through a bunch of things. For those of you that have downloaded your energy guide challenge success manual, you'll know on the back of it, there's this cheat sheet. So this is literally what I'd like you to do every day, kind of work through some things. If you want to add a journal, because sometimes it's really important to sort of see, hey, in the mornings, I struggle a little bit more, or hey, I'm at my best in the morning, or hey, when I ate this, I actually didn't feel so good. So I want you to kind of really be willing to take that step and get really in tune with your body, how it's reacting to things, what works, what doesn't work. Because let's be real, what works for one person may not work for somebody else. And I want you to be okay with that, because sometimes I think we think health and fitness needs to look a certain way. And I can't tell you how many times I've had people say, well, my friend's doing this diet that's working for her. Well, that's great. It may not work for you, and that's okay. It doesn't mean you're a failure. But we'll get into some of that stuff later. But that's the reality. Sometimes we think things have to look a specific way, and they just don't. They get to look in a way that works for us, in a way that works with our schedule, works with our lifestyle. And sometimes it's a matter of trying things out to see what does work and what doesn't, or how we feel after some things and how we don't. So please just be willing to try. Some things may surprise you. Some things just may not work. And all of it is just information. Please don't judge yourself. So each day we're going to kind of go through some of these. If you've read your success manual, you'll know there's a couple pieces. But today I want to focus on movement. So you may be like, okay, movement, why not the word workout, or why not exercise? And movement is so important to me because I have talked to client after client after client, and also myself have used exercise and workouts as a way of punishing myself. So maybe I indulged a little too much, and then I've gone and kind of punished myself in the gym to burn off the calories. And I really want you to think about moving your body as a way of, celebrating your body. And it doesn't have to look a certain way. Even within this, it says 15 minutes of exercise or movement. You don't even have to do that. Yes, that is the goal. But in the Me Project, our weight loss program, we actually teach something called a 5-minute action. And that's committing to 5 minutes of something. So If you're just starting out and you're not doing any movement whatsoever, maybe your goal is 5 minutes and not 15. Or maybe it's 5 minutes 3 times throughout the day so you get to your 15 minutes. Whatever that is, I want you to know it's totally okay. And movement doesn't have to be a workout. It can be a walk outside. It can be vacuuming. You actually get a lot of big muscle movements going vacuuming, cleaning, gardening, putting a song on and just dancing, doing something with your kids if you have kids. Maybe it's just something simple as putting your bed sheets on or doing an extra load of laundry if you have to go up and down stairs. That all counts as movement. And if you're not somebody who's doing a lot of it, any addition is going to make a huge, huge, huge difference. So I want you to kind of jump in here today and do something intentional to move your body. And for those of you that maybe like me right now are like, oh my gosh, one more thing, or I just don't have the motivation to get up off the couch. Well, that's why we do a 5-minute action, because we can commit to doing something for 5 minutes. Often we continue, but sometimes it's just that 5 minutes of getting going, doing something you don't want to do, and actually just putting yourself through it, making the decision to try. That makes all the difference. And then you feel better. You're more willing to do it. You're more, whatever that case may be. So that is what I want you to focus on today. Yes, there are other components to this challenge. So if you want to add some more, you can. So what we're going to go through is kind of 5 components: 15 minutes of moving your body, energy boosting food choices, drinking at least 8 glasses of water, spending 15 minutes outside in the fresh air, and then meditation or yoga for 20 minutes. So that can also be something like the 5-minute action, right? If you're not doing any of it and you're somebody like me who is like, meditate, sorry, what? Maybe it's just 5 minutes, maybe it's 1 minute to start, but we'll get to that. I'm going to focus on each piece each day. So if you want to check the boxes, you can, or you can say, okay, this is what today's focus is. This is what I want to focus on. Our brain is amazing for judging us. I want you to hear this. We judge ourselves harshly. So we think we need to do everything, but yet we can only kind of handle one thing at a time. So isn't that interesting? We are always constantly judging ourselves for not doing enough, but yet we can actually only handle doing one thing at a time. So I want you to be really mindful of that. If you're going, oh, I have to do everything today. Okay, if it fits for you, great. But if you're like, oh my gosh, that's too much, just focus on moving today. Just focus on moving. So please feel free, throw in those comments if you're on the Facebook group and you're watching this live, what you chose to move. By what you did to move, because sometimes seeing what someone else does ignites it in somebody else. So maybe I put down, hey, I vacuumed today. And I know that sounds silly, but that was my movement today. And this is how I felt afterwards. And maybe that's enough to get somebody else to say, oh my gosh, I could do that. Or maybe, hey, I got out and walked today and I haven't done that in so long. Maybe that motivates somebody else to do it. So let's help each other out. Please comment in the comments of what you did to move your body today so that maybe somebody else will have a little bit of motivation or some ideas. I would love to see how creative we get. And if I get something really creative, I may hand out a prize. So please feel free to comment. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out to me either by private message, through email, anything like that. And I would be happy to answer anything for you. Awesome. Have a wonderful rest of your day.